Happy Monday. Thank you for joining me for this week's Weekly Wisdom. Now, if you have not signed up for Leadership Legends, don't forget it is not too late. You can go to leadershiplegends.com to sign up, and I am very excited about this week. This week we have Mary Lee. I knew her as Mary Lee Collum, but she is now Mary Lee Maddox, and she was one of my high school teachers. Now, I don't share this story a whole lot, but whenever I was in high school, I was bullied. There was a group of girls, and they were pretty relentless, and they were very good at if I made friends, they would bully my friends too. So I was a bit of a risk to be friends with. So high school was a tough time, and Miss Maddox was a bit of a lifesaver for me, somewhat literally. And the reason why she's included in Leadership Legends is because she's a phenomenal teacher, first and foremost. She teaches because she finds the joy in students, but also she's here because she has this ability to see the potential in you even when you don't see it yourself. And I think whenever we're looking at some of the most successful people in the world, that all of them have a Miss Maddox in their background. So if you have ever had a teacher that impacted you in such an incredible way, I highly recommend checking out this week. So this week is Miss Maddox, and then we have one more week. Lee Cockrell, retired senior executive vice president of Walt Disney World, will be joining us for the last week. And in the last week, we will also be drawing an entry into Cockrell Academy. So make sure you sign up. Go to leadershiplegends.com, and that's where you sign up. Now, for this week, I want to talk about being purposeful. So this is a continuation of last week. Last week was all about focusing on what you can control. So this week, it's got two areas. The first area is being purposeful in your pain points and areas that are causing you frustration. And the second area is being purposeful in gratitude. So I figure it is a timely week for it, with it being Thanksgiving week. So what do I mean about being purposeful in your frustration and pain points? At the beginning of COVID, my husband ended up working from home. And so it was an adjustment. In the beginning, I was super excited. I got to see him a lot more, and that was fantastic. He moved into my office, which was a little frustrating because I was having to refigure what that would look like for my business. But you know what? He was home. It was great. And then the resentment started because I still had my day job. I was still commuting. He wasn't commuting, and I figured he would pick up a little bit more around the house. And it honestly didn't seem fair. And so I had to be purposeful in having that conversation with him, because I was holding him to expectations that I had never told him. And so he wasn't doing them, and I was getting mad, but it wasn't really a fair situation. And so if your family dynamic, your reality in any kind has changed, talk to the shareholders involved. So if it's your family, talk to your family. If it's professionally, talk to those that impact that side of your world. But be brave to have those conversations and set down new expectations. Our realities have changed, and we need to be purposeful about changing with them and letting people know how we have changed, and if we expect them to change, how we expect them to change as well. Now, the other side to this is being purposeful about gratitude. So y'all know I'm a huge fan of gratitude practices. And one of the things, anytime I'm coaching somebody, I always have them start with a gratitude journal. Every day, at the end of the day, write down or say 3 things that they're thankful for. And they cannot be the same 3 things. And in the beginning, it's easy. But after a couple of weeks, it gets a little bit more challenging. And the reason for this is we are what we look for. And so when we're looking for those reasons to be grateful and finding the joy and finding the reasons to smile, then we're going to be pulling in a lot more of that positivity. And I know a lot of people think it's hokey, but look at it. There's so much science behind it. I am a science person. I need proof. There is so much science behind this. And I am proof. It completely changed. I may have been described as bitter in my past. And it wasn't. It was just how I looked at the world. And so now I try to find the positivity and the joy and the reason to celebrate. And this year we need to find and definitely be purposeful about finding the reasons to celebrate. As it is Thanksgiving, I want to tell you one of the things that I have used in my gratitude, my 3 grateful things at the end of the day on more than one occasion. I am grateful for each and every one of you. This year has been a wild ride that nobody could have expected. And thank you so much for being a part of it with me. There have been so many firsts in my business. My entire business is completely transformed. And y'all have gone every step of the way with me. So thank you for being a part of my tribe. You will never know how much I value that and how much it means to me. Leave down in the comments what you're thankful for. It would be awesome if we could do some exponential pixie dust. People start sharing what they're thankful for, and then people can pull joy out of that. Don't forget, as always, you got this. Have a happy and safe Thanksgiving. See you next week.